Literally walked in for the first day of my class, in Miss Herndon's class, and I thought I would be the only one that would be over 25. And I was happy to see I wasn't the only one. There were many like me. But my steps onto the Lee College campus came from an urging that, in retrospect, I can only attribute to God. I had many God moments along my path. That fall of 2009 was one of the most difficult and challenging periods of my life. Not only did I have a small business to run, which included teaching dance classes to a lot of your children 7 days a week, but I was also my mother's caretaker, and she was suffering from a myriad of illnesses and diseases. And I was also seeing my marriage come to an end. How did I think I could handle another challenge? One more ball to keep lifted in the delicate balance of my juggling. Even though I had survived my first year, my mother's diagnosis of having only a few months left to live left me even more uncertain than before, because it was my mother who had always been my rock and who I would turn to whenever I found myself in doubt. And so I was having to face the reality of losing her and my rock. But God had his plan, and the following summer I found myself in the office of Professor John Brett, director of the Lee Honors Program. He had reviewed my test scores and grades for the classes I had completed at Lee and told me that I absolutely must be in the honors program. He then took my other foot out from under me by saying I should apply for a scholarship from the Lee College Foundation. I thought, who, me? You're kidding, right? But, I just smiled and said, yes, sir. Needless to say, my initial list of concerns quadrupled, along with more self-doubt. But there was something incredible that happened in Professor Britt's office that day. In his eyes, I felt the power of seeing in me what I did not see in myself. I felt I had failed to prevent my mom from dying, and I was seeing the failure and the end of my marriage of 34 years. But I trusted in this God-sent mentor and did as he said. I signed up for the honors classes, applied for a foundation scholarship. However, I certainly did not believe a woman of my age would be considered by any panel for any scholarship. That seemed to be a gift deemed only for the very young who were just starting out and their life just beginning. But you did. And I cannot begin to articulate the power of that congratulations letter. Beyond words. I could not believe that my 30-year-old dream would be judged worthy of receiving such support, encouragement, and financial backing. At our first meeting, Professor Britt had said, join the honors program, work with me, and I will make you famous. And I laughed. But truth be told, the belief and encouragement from him and the Lee College Foundation gave me the confidence which led to my many accomplishments and my little moments of fame. My success story at Lee includes the following: officer positions for Phi Theta Kappa, the Webb Historical Society, and Student Honors Council. I have had 2 research papers published. My historical and literary research papers have been presented at 7 academic conferences with universities from across the nation participating. I was the very first student from Lee College to be winner of the Dennis Bohr Award from the Great Plains Honors Council. And I have to tell you, that was very scary. I didn't know Mr. Britt very well, and he walked into the human condition class, and he said, at that time my name was Dabney, he said, Miss Dabney? Oh gosh, what did I do? And he said, congratulations. I've also received the Texas State Historical Association Caldwell Award, All Texas Academic Team Award, Coca-Cola Community College Academic Team Award, and the Gertrude Teeter Award for highest ranking female. I was chosen for the Lee College Hall of Fame, and one of Mr. Britt's endeavors was to see me get elected as student member of the National Collegiate Honors Council Board. And I was the first student to ever be elected that was from a 2-year college. I've received 4 foundation scholarships, the Coca-Cola Academic Team Award, and the Gertrude Teeter Scholarship Award for the highest ranking female. In May 2013, I graduated summa cum laude with an Associate of Arts degree majoring in Liberal Arts and American Studies honors with a 3.9 GPA and a record-setting 33 hours completed in honors courses. Upon my acceptance to the University of Houston Honors College main campus, I was selected to receive the Terry Foundation Scholarship, which will cover all tuition expenses for 3 years for obtaining my bachelor's degree, and will also fund a study abroad experience next summer. This award is a direct result of my success and accomplishments at Lee College. And I just want to add that not only did Professor Brett's goal of getting me elected to that NCHC board mark a little moment of fame, it also put me on the Southwest Airlines airplane where I would find my true soulmate, my husband of almost a year, Jimmy Ross. That was a huge God moment because I had already decided, no date for me, I'm done. I'm done. But God had other plans on that as well. So to all of you I say, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your belief in my dream and in my ability to see it to its fruition. My success story is only one of hundreds over the past 30 years at Lee, and each one begins with your support, your encouragement, and the confidence you instill in that student. Thank you, thank you.